Mm-hmm. I'm just coming up with someone's on the spot because I don't have any left.
I forget them, so I had to write them down.
Yeah.
What villain are you most thankful does not exist?
A villain that you cannot fucking kill with anything, powers, or weapons related.
Yeah.
Well, who would that be?
I don't know, but if someone made a villain like that to
Oh, well,
where it was impossible to beat, I'm glad it doesn't exist.
I meant like what villain today? Like what video game villain that exists right now are you most glad does not exist?
Oh, in real life, is that kind
Yeah.
of? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, let me rephrase that. What video game villain are you most glad does not exist in the real world?
Oh, okay. I missed.
Albert Wesker.
I misread that question then.
Yeah, my bad.
If it was basically one being created, that would be the villain I would not want to see in a video game or in real life if you can't beat him. Period. But I think I would have to choose. I'm not sure. Hold on.
Albert Wesker would be mine though.
Ever had a villain you sympathize with? I think there was one. Remember?
There has been a few. I can't name them. I don't know their names, unfortunately. I can't name them off. But there has been a villain like that where, in the story, they make the villain seem to be like the bad guy, but then you realize why he's so bad, and you kind of sympathize with him, and he's like, oh.
I would hate to see the Spider-Man villains in real life.
Oh yeah, those would be bad.
Like the Goblin and the Doctor Octopus.
Yeah, Green Goblin.
And what was the other one? The evil Spider-Man, the revert, the black form.
Venom.
Yeah.
Venom. Yeah, that I couldn't think of the name. I would not want to see any of those in real life.
No, neither would I.
And Stefan agreed with you.
Would you consider Diablo to be a villain or just a boss character?
Boss character.
It wasn't really a villain.
I would think he would be more of a boss character.
Well, I mean, he was the villain in the first game.
A villain is typically thought of as human, right?
Not really. Well, what if?
Well, not human, sort of like Skeletor. Mm-hmm. He was a villain, but he wasn't really human.
Well, the guy I chose, he's human, and then he turned into a freaking big old monster.
Oh, who did you choose? I missed that.
Albert Wesker.
Oh.
Anything Resident Evil related is just not a good villain. Like, there's a guy, like, you can't even begin to think how this is physically possible. But this guy ended up turning to this big, giant fly that just was attacking you. I'm not kidding.
It was a pesky fly, huh?
He was a giant fly, and you're like, how the heck does he grow in that size so quick?
That's what she said.
Big old fly.
And Stefan's like, I feel me and Evil have the same experience with bad PCs. I agree. I tried streaming off my laptop, and it was not the greatest feeling in the world.
No, I've had bad experience with PCs too. Like my PC, the one I got below me, not my laptop, the one I'm talking to you guys now, that's a MacBook Pro, so that's obviously really good. But my PC makes loud noises and it can't run all the games.
Yeah, it sounds like my PS4.
Yeah, I know, right?
I gotta get that fixed.
I feel like it's gonna die out soon.
That would suck. No more Skype call with Thunder.
Well, no, I still got my computer, my laptop.
Oh,
that's what I'm doing right now.
Alright, here's a good one. What video game weapon would you like to own in real life, and why?
What did I pick?
I love that one. I'm trying to remember what I chose.
There's so many options in just RuneScape alone.
There's just so many options in general.
Right. Like dubstep gun, that comes to mind. Portal gun, easy.
I picked the thunder gun from COD Zombies because it's got the word thunder.
Hold on. The portal gun is a gun, but it's not a weapon.
Yeah, does it need to be a weapon or a gun? Or does it...
The question was, what video game weapon would you like to own in real life?
The thunder gun.
Thunder gun's not a weapon.
Oh, come on.
It just has gun. I mean, we'll allow it.
Well, I'll think of something real quick.
Personally, I don't think the Thunder Gun's a weapon. It's more of a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would agree. The only reason I picked it is because it had the word thunder in it.
Thunder Gun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's a gun. I mean, that's a weapon.
What? Thunder gun?
Yeah. Although you could
I-
also argue that it's just like an extreme leaf blower.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick something that's not in real life as it is because.
Well, the thunder
there's
gun
a-
is
I
not
think
a real
chains-
life weapon.
I
It's a
forgot what
window
game it's
weapon.
from, but it's a chain sword that just like extends and it just starts cutting things.
That's a real thing. But there was a boss you could kill. He was a really easy boss
Uh-huh.
in Going Commando. It was called Chainblade, and he used
Mhm.
this thing called the Chainblade. But that's a real thing. How are you lovely nerds doing? We're doing
Good,
well.
good.
Going on 3 hours on this podcast, Jelly. Well, actually, we
Classic.
are on 3 hours.
That's not a video game weapon.
What?
An RPG.
Yeah, it is. If you think Call of Duty related, RPG,
In
rocket
a video
launcher.
game, but it's not a video game weapon. Like
Oh.
Thunder Gun, Portal Gun, those are video game weapons. RPGs, those are just weapons that are in
Those
video
are just
games.
weapons that are in. Yeah.
How
What
about?
about?
More of a movie thing.
I really like the sword in Ape Escape. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
they called it though.
What about that cloud sword? You couldn't even carry that thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, no.
The
Depends on-
Keyblade.
The
I
other
like
one,
it.
the
Even
counterpart, Sethroth. If I said his name wrong, I do apologize. His sword is longer than Cloud's,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be tough to carry around.
What about the Keyblade?
Yeah, Keyblade. I would run the
That might be
Keyblade.
neat.
I would run the Keyblade if it had special powers. Yeah, I would run the Keyblade.
But if it didn't,
It opens a lot of shit.
Yeah, it opens a lot of shit.
Pretty much all it does.
Yeah.
all right. What other questions do we have?
Let's see if I got any more. I don't think I got any more.
If I'll take the ray gun from zombies.
That was also my second choice too, the ray gun.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd still. Oh wait, I didn't actually pick. I'm sort of torn between a God Sword from
That one.
RuneScape or the dubstep gun.
Oh yeah, the God Sword's a crazy one.
I know they're awesome.
I think will own anybody.
Or no, scratch that. I want an abyssal whip.
A pistol whip. Yep, pistol whip.
No, abyssal whip from
Oh,
RuneScape.
pistol whip. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that I
pistol
think
whip.
that might be just play around with.
That's one of that's one of my favorite weapons in there. Just the animation in there is just so good, huh?
All right, here's a follow-up question. Do you
What?
feel animation is important to a video game like
Not a villain.
FPS and turn-based as
No,
you
when
use an
there's, like-
attack?
Huh?
Do you feel that motion in a video game is really important, like in a turn-based, to where you have to see the sword hit the enemy
No.
or
It's
not?
a-
Really?
Not really.
It's just added.
I mean, would you think the game would be more interesting if it
It
had
would.
if it didn't have motion as you seeing you as attacking? Or would you still play it or not?
I'd still play it.
You mean
Like, what if
like
you?
if RuneScape animation didn't?
Yeah.
Well, there was a point where
Like,
it
you just
didn't
do
have any
damage.
animations.
Oh, I don't think I could play RuneScape if it didn't have attacking animation.
Have you played the old one, the RuneScape Classic, like the old one, the one that everybody looked like Peter Griffin from Family Guy?
What?
You never played that
I've seen game for
version?
Like 10 years. I played it when it first came out.
That's RuneScape Classic, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Where everybody
I
looked like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, like the worst graphics ever.
Yeah, Peter Griffin's running around. That's how it looked to me.
All right, here's a question that popped out of my head. that I was thinking about. How do you think is gaming coming? How do you think the graphics from gaming over time have they really improved to back then, or do you still see it still improving in the near future?
I don't
I think
know. I think we've hit the peak. I mean, they've been
I would think so too, because what if they went to a way where they added more FPS and pushed the limits of the PS4? If they did that and then make games come out 120, 140, 160 FPS, do you think uh, people who run games at 30 FPS and 60 FPS would eventually die out if that happened? I think it would.
I can't even imagine what 120 or 160 or 200 FPS looks like, honestly.
I mean, you would think it would be better, wouldn't you think?
Can something
Yeah.
be way too smooth that it just like, is that even possible?
Maybe.
I think eventually you're just gonna not notice. You know, like
No.
what's the difference between 160 frames per second and 5,000 frames per second? You're not gonna notice. It's already like so high.
Uh-huh.
Like your brain can only process so much.
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere.
Here's a good one. If you can make one game that is a solo game into a co-op game, what would it be?
Ape Escape. Because, I mean, that's more solo based, but imagine having a partner play, helping you capture the monkeys as well, and they can almost make it a whole new game out of it if they did something like that and have like two villains where we both had to face instead of the one.
That's been your answer for just about everything.
Well,
I think he's getting tired of it. He just says, I want Ape Escape or Call of Duty.
I mean, let me see if there's another one.
I don't even know what other one I would pick, honestly. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
What was the question again?
If you could take a solo game and turn it into a co-op game, what would it be? I'm thinking either Final Fantasy or Skyrim.
Yeah, I would turn Skyrim into it. I think I would choose Skyrim as well.
I would think Wolfenstein would be a one if you could throw co-op into it, and it would probably have been a better game. I mean, that's just a solo campaign.
I don't know if I played that.
Well, it came out, I think, when 2000. That's one game I was gonna get 2014, never did.
Yeah.
But so
All right. I have one more question.
Sweet.
If you could take a PC game and turn it into a console game, what would it be?
ooh.
I like that one. I do. I like it because there's so many good PC games out there that never made it to console.
The hair.
I know, right?
Right there with you. It's not as long, but
Actually, let me look. Let me look on my PC or my Mac games because there was a game on there that I thought that Hardy wanted to say Sid Meier's Civilization at one point because that's not a PC game at any point.
Yeah. Now, when I said PC games, I mean games that are like strictly for PC. Like if you
Yeah, I
get
know.
bored of, well, that's a console game as well. Like
Yeah, I know.
RuneScape,
Sid Meier's Civilization's never been a console game.
right?
Because they do have a lot of games that I think would go great on consoles, like Guns of Icarus Online, Hammerwatch. Well, that's not really that one's. They've got plenty of clones like that. Postal 2 is an old one. I don't want to say that one.
we'll answer that one in a minute.
Just think consoles being banned in China, but not PCs, so they are not allowed to play what they produce.
Really?
I'm
I had,
fairly sure.
I
that's
had
not-
no idea that consoles were banned in China.
I knew that for a while. I
But if that was the case, and if I lived in China, I would be a PC gamer, no doubt.
Well, there's only certain parts of China that consoles aren't banned, like Hong Kong, for instance. Like Hong Kong is a different part of China that follows their own sort of rules for some reason. I don't know
I'm still trying to think of your question, Evil.
about what
Dude,
PC games
No,
being.
yeah, it's a console. Because I just recently got into PC gaming. I was a
Hmm.
console gamer for the longest time. So
Mhm.
that's a really tough question because I'm a fairly new PC gamer as well.
Mhm.
Well, you got a few options. You got Hearthstone, League of Legends, RuneScape, RuneScape.
I wouldn't mind seeing Hearthstone onto the console because it runs so smooth on PC. Imagine what they could do with the
I'd
console
like
with
to
that.
see. I'd like to see. Honestly, RuneScape on the iPad. I'd play that again on the iPad. I know it'd be really tough, but I think it'd be a manageable experience. You can try to do it.
That'd be a
It
console though.
or console, maybe console too. I mean, let me ask you this: what do you think about the idea of having all games on mobile, like on a mobile like a handheld or an iPad? Do you think
I
it would
don't I
work?
don't like mobile.
You don't like mobile, so you
It
probably
would
go.
be hard. It would be hard to
Yeah, it would
stream
be hard.
mobile games.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do everything because like I have an iPod,
Oh,
like
yep, you're right.
sixth generation, like the tiny ones.
I got the
Mhm.
So,
fourth right here, buddy.
uh,
The
well,
fourth right here,
well,
iPhone.
I have the first touchscreen model, and it's tiny.
And this is
And
the seventh generation iPod here, and it's slightly bigger, but not much.
well, you have like the music player iPod. I have like the touchscreen App Store
Well,
music player.
this is a touchscreen. I could
Oh, it is?
touch. Yeah, it's an iPod Touch, seventh generation.
True.
Oh, yeah, you have seven. I have
My
smaller one.
iPhone is a
Yeah,
4. Oh, you got the smaller one. Wow, that's tiny.
I'd say this:
it's-
I'd take all the mods that were on PC and move them to console.
Yeah, because I've always wondered how COD Zombies, Custom Zombies would look on console.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered because they have so much potential. They're using an old engine, like from World at War engine that was made in 2008, and they're putting all kinds of stuff into their maps, which is beyond the Call of Duty, which is pretty epic in my opinion.
Yeah.
Imagine what they could do if they could create maps in a console. That would just my mind would be blown. You
Mine would be too.
guys got any more questions? I think we'll just do like a last roundup questions for the chat, and I think we'll probably end the stream here. We've been going on for 3 hours. It's been a blast, but we're
It's
kind
kind
of
of hard. It's like it went by so quick, but it also went by a little bit slow.
well. Pretty much all the questions on my list have been pretty much answered. There was one question I had, but we kind of already touched based on it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we did touch based on this one or not, but I do have one. I don't know if we did answer this or
What?
not. It's called "What if gaming was real life? How would you react?"
Oh my god.
My mind would
Just
be
strap
blown.
a freaking virtual reality helmet to me and call
But
it that, right?
well, no. What if it
I know,
was
you're talking
real,
about real life,
like
real life.
real life, like no
Yeah.
virtual reality required?
So like real Call of Duty's real, Skyrim's real,
Yeah.
all that.
How would you feel
It's
about that?
too much to handle.
too much.
Yeah,
It'd be
I mean,
impressive.
it would be impressive at first, but it'd be scary at the same time.
It'd be terrifying because there's more like combat related games than like
Mhm.
any other type of game. Really.
Yeah.
Well,
I
could
mean-
you imagine this? What if every island from every game was actually on the Earth? Like that would be another. What if Skyrim has its own island that's really called Skyrim? You know?
So you could choose which game you visit.
Yeah, you could.
That would be a little better, I think.
I mean, I remember there was a game. I knew it could be like Kingdom Hearts, where you can choose a world to visit and then have it be like, oh yeah, you want to go this world? You want to go to the Skyrim world? Here, drop into the freaking Skyrim world, and like every game it has a whole different planet.
Oh, that'd be wicked to
That'd be
think
awesome.
about.
Okay, here's my last question. If you were the last game character you played as, who will you be?
Oh my God, who would I
Who was
be?
the character you played as?
The last
So
game
we have
character.
to think about the last game we played, huh?
Yeah, what was the last game you played?
Well,
And
what
who's the last character?
shit? What was the last game that I played? I don't even.
Well,
I
last game
would
you
have
played.
to be the warrior in Hearthstone because that was the last game character I played as.
Trying to think. What was the last
or
game I played?
or the priest. I think it was either warrior or priest. I think it was the priest.
I don't remember, man. Well, if you consider it, the last game I played was just a few minutes ago. It was RuneScape, so I'd be my RuneScape character. Oh no.
Scouter.
Yeah. Oh no.
Do you wanna count that though? Should you think of another one or?
Oh no.
I don't know. If we
All
had
right.
to count it, that'd be it. It don't matter. Because I did base it off of the character that I would be if I had to choose like a job or a vocation. I'd be like a ranger kind of person. So
I would be a level 33 elf monk in World of Warcraft.
Well, good for you, man. Well, I think it's time to end the stream. My food is done for dinner.
oh, dinner.
Dinner
Damn.
time.
That's
We
the
will
thing.
do this again. We'll have to come
It's
up with
4
different.
p.m. here. It's 4.
It's 7 here.
So it's like the time has shifted. Now it's 4 p.m. here. It was when you started. It was 4 p.m. and then it was 1 p.m. my time. Oh my god.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for those who participated. I appreciate that.
You get a cookie.
Yeah, you get a cookie. Feel free to follow. I know Stefan was one of the recent followers. I thank you. Whoa, man, you must be out of state, bro.
What?
He said it's 1:16 a.m. here. Well, you're
Dang.
like my 4th out of state follower. I appreciate it. Out of the U.S. My bad. Outside the U.S. Yeah, we'll have to think of next time when we'll do this because it seems like if we do this more at night,
Mm-hmm.
we probably get some of the people from
Boogie Stream.
yeah,
too.
from Boogie Stream and get a Boogie.
Uh-huh.
You guys boosted up on the viewer in the.
That would be cool.
That would be nice. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. We're pretty much out of questions, and thanks for those
Yeah.
who participated and answered questions. You guys got any last things to say before we shut down the stream?
If we go later at night, Stefan wouldn't be able to show up.
Oh, that's true. True that. I mean,
Well,
we'll have to play with the
maybe.
times a little bit.
Yeah, we'll think of it.
Well, I mean, we could do on, like, say one day we do an early stream, another day we do a later stream.
Yeah, we could do it like that.
Maybe. Let's not be like a TV show where it's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna re-air the same stream over and over.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a replay stream of the whole thing. Yeah, that's not cool. I've seen streamers do that, and I don't see the point of doing that because
It's not even live anymore.
Yeah,
huh?
no. I mean, it's live, but they say below it.
Re-recorded.
This is a replay stream. The actual stream will start at such time. I don't think I have a reason to do that because people come in, they think you're there, and they want to talk to
Yeah.
you, and you're gonna ignore the crap out of them because it's not the real stream.
I've seen that happen. I forgot what it was. I watched a streamer who did that. I think it was White Boy 7th Street.
Yeah, yep, that's
He
what
had
I
a-
was thinking about.
He had a stream that he played the other day, and I went into the stream and people were waiting for the other stream and people were just chatting, but then I realized that none of the questions that he was answering to were actually questions in the stream. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I just
So
I just
I
left.
see. I don't see a reason to do that.
Nah.
I guess I will end it off with a question. Final goodbyes. Thanks, Double Pulse. Thanks, Pure Evil, for hopping on this podcast idea. I think we'll continue it. We'll have to convert schedules and see when we'll do this next. I'm off all week. If you guys want to do it again sometime this week, I will let you know the times.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
eventually play around with everybody's schedule so it works around with everybody's schedules.
Oh, yeah. We can pick one that's actually Pretty good.
All right, guys. See you
All right.
next time. If you missed the stream, it'll be in my past broadcast, and it'll also be on my second channel as well, so you can watch it there. I mean, it won't be the
Yeah.
same, but if you missed it, that's where it'll be.
Yeah.
Later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Want to say bye to? There you go.
Bye, everybody. I'm saying bye to myself. Bye in the past.
Bye from the past.